What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Omen back with part 4 of What If Goku Landed at Capsule Corp. Grade 3 Vegeta absolutely embarrasses Cell, and everyone looks at him in awe because of his power has reached new heights. Cell knows that Vegeta is arrogant, so he tells him that he can gain greater power if he allows him to absorb Android 18 and become perfect. Vegeta falls for Cell's plan, and he allows him to do this, even though Trunks absolutely despises this idea. Trunks tries to warn Vegeta that Cell will grow so much powerful that he'll be stronger than even him and Vegeta combined. Prior to this event, Goku told Trunks when they first found out about Cell to take any measures possible to make sure Cell won't transform into his perfect form, even if he has to fight off Vegeta to stop Cell from doing this because of his arrogance. Trunks feels kinda sad inside because he knows that Goku was right. Vegeta's arrogance is getting in the way, but Trunks would not allow this to happen. As Cell starts to fly off, Vegeta starts to smirk. Trunks tells his father that he is not going to let this happen, and he starts to charge up his ki. The power emanating off of Trunks is surprising everyone because his muscles are growing larger like Vegeta's was. Trunks' pupil starts to disappear and his muscles grows even more. Trunks' power goes up way higher than what Vegeta's did, and this strikes fear through Cell's body because he knows that if he doesn't hurry up and get Android 18, Trunks will kill him. Once Trunks is done transforming, he tells Vegeta that he's going to give him another chance. But if he doesn't comply with Trunks, Trunks is going to have to make him pay for it. Trunks then proceeds to fly off to rocket towards Cell, and Vegeta goes after Trunks to try to stop him. As Vegeta approaches Trunks, he tries to strike him in his face, but Trunks weaves out of the way, and he smashes his fist into Vegeta's stomach. Then Trunks strikes Vegeta in his face with immense force, sending him crashing onto the ground. Cell tries to get away during this because he thinks that Trunks is distracted, but he doesn't realize that Trunks is finished with Vegeta and he's rushing towards him. As Cell tries to fly away, Trunks grabs his tail and he pulls him back. Trunks knees Cell into his stomach, then he smashes his elbow into his head, sending him flying towards the ground. As Cell's body crashes towards the ground, Trunks rushes towards him, and once he meets Cell, he smashes his fist into his face multiple times, creating a crater. Trunks is done attacking Cell. He stands over him. It's over. You'll never become perfect. Cell tries to run away once again, but Trunks catches him, and he rips his entire tail off. Cell screams out in agony. Then Trunks smashes his fist into Cell's stomach, making him vomit up Android 17. Android 18 sees 17, and she screams his name and tries to run over to him, but Krillin stops her and tells her to wait until Trunks is finished. Due to Cell vomiting up Android 17, he reverts back to his imperfect form. Cell lets out a scream. "What have you done? This isn't supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be perfect." Before Cell could finish his sentence, Trunks kicks him in his side, sending him flying once again. As Cell's broken body flies, Trunks puts both of his hands together in front of him, creating a blast. As the yellow blast forms, lightning starts to crackle around Trunks' body, and he screams out, "Final Flash!" The huge beam of power envelops Cell's entire body, and every atom of him is disintegrated. Vegeta is still on the ground at this point, and he watched the entire fight with his son destroying Cell like it was nothing. Everything that Vegeta did during the fight starts to hit him, and he realizes that he almost risked his son's life and his future once again, and he feels completely bad for this. So he lays his head into the ground, not saying anything. Android 18 rushes over to 17, and Trunks turns around and looks at them, then he powers down and smiles. Trunks goes and picks up Vegeta, and then he flies away, but before he leaves, he tells Krillin to keep them safe. And Krillin starts to blush once he sees Android 18 over there with her brother. When Trunks arrives to Kami Lookout, he waits for Gohan and Goku to emerge from out of the time chamber to inform them on everything that happened. Raditz tells Trunks that he's very proud of him and that he did the right decision by stopping Cell earlier so that he wouldn't become strong. During the training with Gohan and Goku, Goku has gotten Gohan to be able to tap into the form of Super Saiyan, and he even got him to approach Super Saiyan 2 with Gohan transforming into it once, but he soon falls out of it because he can't really control it. Goku also makes Gohan kind of study because he teaches him a few things while he's in there, and he starts to meditate as well, just as he does with Piccolo. And Gohan is already used to this because he has meditated with Piccolo once before. When their training comes to an end, both Gohan and Goku has reached the point of grade 4 Super Saiyan, and once they emerges from the time chamber, they're still in their Super Saiyan form. When everyone sees Goku and Gohan, they recognize that they have gotten much stronger, and their power feels way different. Trunks then informs Goku on everything that happened in the battle with Cell and how he killed him. Goku is glad to hear that Trunks took what he said to heart and finished Cell off before it was too late. Vegeta does feel a little sad when he hears that Trunks tells Goku that he had to stop him by himself without Vegeta's help. But he does also feel proud that Trunks was the one to stop him. Vegeta starts to leave, and before he goes, Trunks tells him goodbye, and Vegeta smiles and he flies off. Goku grabs Trunks' shoulder, and he tells him now that he has beaten Cell and he's all powerful, he has to face him now, and Trunks smirks. The two fly in the air, and everyone watches them from below. Trunks transforms into his Super Saiyan form that he used to fight Cell, and Goku goes into grade 4 Super Saiyan. You better not disappoint me, Trunks. The power that you used to kill Cell better impress me now. Trunks rushes towards Goku, and Goku rushes towards him, and they clash, meeting fists back to back. From a distance away, Vegeta smiles as he sees that Trunks' power is going toe-to-toe with Goku's, and he's actually keeping up with him. Trunks lands a hook on Goku's face, and Goku lands one on his. The two fighters at each other's necks right now, and Trunks is doing everything he can to get the advantage on Goku and actually win this battle. Trunks rushes towards Goku to land a kick on him, but Goku blocks the kick and this sends him back. As he flies back, Trunks prepares a barrage of ki blasts, and he sends every one of them towards Goku. Trunks doesn't try to give Goku any time to breathe, so once he finishes doing that, he prepares a Gallic gun and he shoots it at Goku as well. As each blast makes contact with Goku, a smoke cloud is created around him, and once the smoke dissipates, Goku isn't there anymore, and he teleports behind Trunks and smashes his fist into his back. Goku then grabs Trunks' hair and tells him not to let his guard down anymore. Goku begins to punch Trunks repeatedly into his stomach, and Trunks coughs up blood. Before Goku could land another hit on Trunks, Trunks catches his fist and he looks up at Goku. Do not underestimate me. Trunks kicks Goku into his side, and Goku tries to block it, but it hits him too hard. As Trunks rushes towards Goku, Goku realizes that Trunks' power is increasing, and he thinks to himself that this may be Trunks' hybrid potential and his rage coming out of him. When Trunks comes face to face with Goku, he throws a flurry of attacks at him, and Goku continues to block the attacks until Trunks grabs both of his arms and he smashes his knee into Goku's stomach. And when Goku's body starts to lean forward, Trunks puts both of his hands together and he smashes them into Goku's back, sending Goku flying down to the ground. As Goku's body flies towards the ground, Trunks takes the opportunity to form a final flash to finally try to end this match. As Trunks puts his hands together, the lightning starts to crackle off of his body while he charges up the final flash. This is the end, Goku. I'm ending this now. Trunks proceeds to blast the blast towards Goku, and as they approach Goku, Goku charges up his ki so that he can be strong enough to actually hold the blast back. The huge beam of power is in Goku's face, and he catches it and tries to hold it back. As Goku is holding it back, Trunks charges up his ki even more to send more energy through the blast. Eventually, while Goku's holding the blast, it sends him all the way to the ground, and he's now on the ground holding the blast back. Goku is starting to struggle. Trunks begins to fly through his final flash, and he approaches Goku, and Goku looks at him in shock. Because of Goku being surprised, Trunks lands a punch on his face that sends Goku flying back. Trunks then falls out of his Super Saiyan form, and he falls down to his knee. Because of the final flash and the rest of the blast he threw towards Goku, he lost a lot of power, and he's very exhausted and tired right now. From a distance, Trunks can see that Goku starts to walk towards him, and he gets up and tries to get back on guard. As Goku approaches him, he falls out of his Super Saiyan form, and he tells Trunks that he did good, and that his timeline is in good hands, because the power that he has now is more than enough to defeat the androids. Trunks falls on Goku's shoulder, and he starts to cry. Goku flies them both back to the lookout, and he lays Trunks down to allow Trunks to get some rest. Once Trunks wakes back up, he decides that it's time for him to go back to his timeline, and he wishes everyone the best, and he leaves. When Trunks makes it back, he meets Cell hiding behind a wall. Trunks tells Cell that he knows he's there, and Cell comes out. They had that conversation like they did in the original, and Trunks smirks. I'm going to enjoy killing you again. Trunks throws a burning attack towards Cell, and he dies instantly. Bulma watches the entire thing from the window like she did in the original. Back in the present, the Z-Fighters begin to deal with not having a guardian for Earth, or any set of Dragon Balls. Before Goku goes to Planet Namek, he thinks that it'll be a good idea for Piccolo to come along with him. Goku tells everyone that they will be kind of long, so don't wait up. And he also tells Gohan to tell Chi-Chi where he is so she won't think that he's dead or something. Once they arrive to Namek, the Namekians greet Goku and greet Piccolo as well. Goku informs them that they need a new guardian, and they give Dende to Goku. Goku also asks the Namekians for one more thing. He asks the elders to teach him about the Namekian history, and Piccolo also agrees to this wish. The elder shows Goku the Namekian Book of Legends, and Goku is elated at this. The elder teaches Goku and Piccolo how to learn the language of the Namekians so they can read the book for their own. While they're reading, Goku comes across Yamoshi's name and the Super Saiyan God ritual. Goku also learns of the God of Destruction Beerus and his angel Whis, and also how Supreme Kai's life is connected to Beerus's. Goku thinks to himself that he would love to meet the Destroyer of Universe 7 and his angel to pick their brains about the universe past, and also to test his power against Beerus. Goku would also want to try out the Super Saiyan God ritual back on Earth so he can see how that power actually feels. After they finish reading the book, Piccolo goes to ask the Namekian elders to teach him some of the Namekian techniques so that he can get more intertwined with his Namekian side of life. After about 3 months, Piccolo and Goku arrives back to Earth with Dende. For the next few years, Gohan eventually learns the Super Saiyan 2 transformation, and he also becomes the Great Saiyan Man while attending high school. Gohan still doesn't have a passion for fighting really, but he still does it because he has his father Goku with him. Gohan is actually still a scholar in this, and Goku encourages him to learn as much as he can as possible because Goku is actually an intelligent person as well, because of his father Dr. Brief's teaching. Raditz eventually settles down with Launch, and he has his son Raditz Jr. The 3 younger Saiyans are really close at this point because their parents are all basically relatives. During these years, Vegeta has also trained as hard as he can as possible so that he can catch up to Goku and won't be left behind. Goku does most of his training on King Kai's planet, and he achieves the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, but he doesn't enjoy using it because of the drain it does on his stamina. Goku knows that it's much more power that he can achieve, but he doesn't really know how to bring it out of himself right now. This is when Goku will remember how much power that the Great Ape would give him when he transforms into it, and he wonders what would happen if he goes Super Saiyan in that transformation. He thinks to himself, would the power be like how it is when he transforms into his Akari state? Because he wants to try to bring the Super Saiyan Great Ape power to his base form once he achieves it. Goku decides that he wants to test his theory, so he goes to Earth to go get Raditz and inform him on what he wants to do, and the two return back to King Kai's planet. Throughout the years, King Kai has grown to like Raditz a lot, and he's not very skeptical of him anymore. He doesn't feel worried when Raditz comes around. But he isn't fine with Goku trying to try out his experiments on his planet. Before Goku would transform into an ape, he tells Raditz that if he loses control of himself, to tell him about his family and why he's trying to achieve more power. Raditz nods his head. He understands what Goku is saying. Goku throws the energy ball into the sky and he begins to transform. Raditz doesn't look at the moon, so he won't trigger his transformation because he also can't control his right now. Goku is now in his ape form, and he begins to charge up his power so that he can transform into a Super Saiyan. Once Goku obtains a Super Saiyan in that form, he loses control of himself and he lets out a monstrous roar. Raditz tries to scream Goku's name, but it doesn't work, and Goku tries to swing at Raditz and stomp on King Kai's world. Before Goku could destroy anything, Raditz gets his attention and Goku starts to fly after him. King Kai screams to Raditz to stop Goku before he kills them all. Raditz screams out the things that Goku told him to say, and Goku stops his rampage, and he starts to revert back to his base form. As Goku starts to do this, King Kai starts to yell at him, but he then stops when he realizes that Goku has red fur around his body and that his hair has grown. Goku looks at his hands, and he clenches his fist. He starts to charge up his power, and King Kai's world starts to shake. Raditz looks at Goku in awe, because his power feels totally different and it has grown tremendously. As Goku charges up his ki, he takes a deep breath, then he exhales, and his aura disappears. Raditz, let's spar. Go all out though, because I want to test out this new power. Raditz tells Goku okay, and he transforms into his Super Saiyan 2 form. Raditz then rockets towards Goku, throwing a flurry of attacks, and Goku dodges each and every one of them. Raditz tries to throw a kick at Goku's head as an alternative, but Goku blocks this attack, and he pushes Raditz away. Raditz starts to charge up a Saturday Crash, and Goku looks at his fist, and he balls it up, and a clear aura starts to form around his hand. When Raditz throws his attack towards Goku, Goku proceeds to punch the air, sending his soaring fist through Raditz's blast, then to Raditz's chest. As all of this is happening, Goku blitzes in front of Raditz in what seems like a blink of an eye and smashes his fist into his face. King Kai watches this from the side, and he gains an understanding that Goku's power is on a whole nother level. Raditz falls to the ground, and he falls unconscious. Goku thanks King Kai for allowing him to do this on his planet, and King Kai says no problem. Goku then tries to get out of the transformation of Super Saiyan 4, then he teleports back to Raditz's home to lay him down where he can rest and heal up. Raditz Jr. approaches Goku, and he tells him, "Uncle, why do you look like this?" Goku walks up to a mirror, and he looks at it, and he's shocked that he hasn't gotten out of this form yet. Goku tries to get out of it once again, but it doesn't work. And he goes back home, and Chi-Chi is all surprised when she sees him because Goku looks completely different. And this is where I'll be ending this what if off. Like, comment, and subscribe.